If I had my own children, I'm sure I would be very happy to be around them and possibly would not be annoyed by the children of others. But as I don't have any children, I have little interest, patience, or time for any children.
Children should not be allowed to go on holiday. They scream, they shout, they yell. You're sitting in beautiful, peaceful surroundings. They're screaming, they're running, they're kicking footballs. All children should be locked up until the age of 10, and only selected ones should be let out when they're 10.
Hola. Hola. ¿Venís esta noche a la...
Kids on holiday are bad. Teenagers are a whole lot worse. A time bomb waiting to go off. Turn your back for a moment and they're being chatted up by the local Don Juan. Doesn't seem 5 minutes since you were building sandcastles for them. Now you're into a whole new set of worries.
Teenagers on holiday, the thing is that you've got to let them have some space. But when you let them have some space, you spend all your time trying to find out where they've gone.
Adolescent children on holiday are really a problem for parents. Because being adolescent, they're going to be a bit unhappy anyway. They're going to have very melancholy and all the rest. Being with their parents day in, day out is not a good thing. And their only chance to get away is something which makes the parents immediately suspicious that they're going to get knocked up.
You'd be forgiven for thinking that the British don't actually like being abroad, do anything to trick themselves into thinking they're in fact in Blackpool in a heatwave. They congregate en masse with some distinctly nationalistic clues. You'd be lucky to find someone Spanish in some parts of Spain.
You can spot a Brit on holiday straight away, because usually we're kind of blue because we never see the sun. And this obsession where everybody wears football kits. Even the baby is in a football kit.
Then there's often 3 generations of England tops, isn't there? There's a granddad who's like a thinner version. There's a big fat beefy salmon pink Phil Mitchell father, and then there's miniature little, on his way to being beefy salmon pink miniature Phil Mitchell England top little boy. That's so depressing when you see it across the 3 generations.
The dad has got a beer gut like this, and you just think, you have not played football since Bobby Moore was captain.
The British abroad, they're hardly PG Woodhouse, hardly, you know what I mean? They're hardly, they were not all Stephen Fry looking at quaint local churches and making bon mots. We're usually there sort of vomiting, aren't we, and attacking the local people.
I think there should be examinations before you're allowed to have a passport to show that you are a fit and proper person to represent your nation abroad.
One thing middle-aged grumpies do like on holiday is the English papers. For some reason we travel thousands of miles to get away from the daily routine and immerse ourselves in a different culture, and spend half the time trying to find yesterday's Daily Mail, paying £5 for it and reading about last night's telly. I wonder why.
English newspapers very important. And of course you love to read the weather's terrible. You love to turn to the weather. Weather in London, rain, wonderful. Weather in London, storms, marvellous. You're in the sun, you know, very important. If you phone anybody, what's the weather? If they say London, the weather's good, you feel, I'm depressed for the rest of the day. I don't want them better weather than me, or weather as good as me. I've come away to beat them.
Her name was Lola.
The hotel has laid on some excellent entertainment in the bar. Fabulous Engelbert Humperdinck look-alike. Probably a pop idol runner-up, or Opportunity Knocks, more like. And it's all pumping out at top volume. He's got some karaoke, so things aren't going to get any better. Other people, non-grumpy people, see holidays as a chance to be sociable, want to chum up and make friends. If you're not careful, you'll be avoiding them for the rest of the fortnight.
That's your drink?
No, absolutely fine, thanks.
And you always end up in a strange, intimate relationship with people you'd never choose normally to speak to or even look at. And somehow you're in a discussion about, you know, oh, you're reading that Robert Ludlum book. Is it good? You're sort of having to talk to people.
Do you have them back? Should we go out with them? Who will pick up the bill? I think you'll find that my wife did not have the lobster. I don't think you want to get into anything. You know? It's like Tony Blair in Iraq. Do not go into anything where you haven't got an exit strategy.
We just don't make friends on holiday. We're so grumpy and self-contained. I mean, I'll be friendly if people talk to me, but I'm very I don't want someone, you know, turning up on my doorstep when I get back to Britain going, hi, remember us and our 25 children, we've come to stay.
But they're all so good-humoured anyway. They're all so, come on, let's have a good time. You know, let's do this, let's... No, thanks very much. I like to skulk around, you know, kind of feeling miserable about where I am.
I am social. I just love finding out about, you know, the woman at breakfast, 52, she's on the HRT patches, whereas I'm just taking the tablets. I know everything about everyone within 5 minutes of meeting them. I just can't help it. The kid said to me one day, Mum, you actually can't stop talking, can you? I said, no.
To me, a holiday is ruined by having to talk to anyone other than the person I'm with. And quite often it's even ruined by talking to them too.
You can't avoid the people you came away on holiday with. You see more of one another than you do at home. You're thrown together 24/7, which is good. Ish. But guess what? Women carry on being women, and men carry on being men. And tragically, domestic bliss, even on holiday, continues to elude most of us.
There is not a single thing that I am not worrying about at all times. So all that is for me on holiday is just the same anxiety but upped about 100 notches. Whereas my husband, who's the only man I go on holiday with these days, will relax. Yeah, and that's not really something I can do on holiday.
I think men are able to go, I'm on holiday, goodness me, that's it. Abdication of responsibility is complete and utter. Where's the cold beer? Quite easily. Whereas if you say you are staying in a rental villa or something, you know, they'll be on the lounger by the pool with the beer and the fat paperback quite quickly. And you'll 4 or 5 hours later still be sort of going through the saucepan arrangements in the kitchen and saying, well, but you know, I haven't got a parlour dish.
You know, it's much more fun with a woman going on holiday, actually. You know, there might be a few little disputes along the way, but, you know, where would I be without those happy hours saying, I've caught the lizard, I've got it out the room.
Where are we going next, Joe?
Italy. The thought of getting back into your own bed starts to appeal. Even getting back into the normal routine, which I suppose is the point.
The thing about holidays is that they're much better when they're over.
The only purpose a holiday actually serves is to make me appreciate my house a little bit more.
Actually, if I'm totally honest, I like to be at home. My perfect holiday is being in London on a bank holiday, because there's nobody else around. They've all gone somewhere else. So I can drive around London, go wherever I want, and it's free parking.
If I want to get a tan, I'll go to Tooting Lido in South London. I often like to lie there of an afternoon in summer, because right next to Tooting Lido, the Gatwick Express goes by. And I think of all those people on that train going to get on a plane, going away to Tenerife somewhere in order to lie by a swimming pool that is inferior to the Tooting Lido, where I am lying. And I think, you fools.
Next time, you're going to make your own entertainment. Go camping. Do a good old-fashioned British holiday. It seemed such a good idea at the time.
Late night brotherly banter on Paramount Comedy 1 in 2.5 Men, next.